So guys, I know this is a homeschool video, but I always like to share a devotional in every one of my videos. So the devotional I wanted to share with you today is from the devotional coloring book Be Still and Know, and the title is Walk with God, and the verse is Romans 14:17. And it reads, "What would make you happy? Many imagine that being free to take it easy, do their own thing, and go wherever their whims and interests lead them would be just the ticket. But ask anyone whose face reflects the soft smile of fulfillment and whose eyes glow with purpose and meaning, in other words, a happy person. You might get a different answer. Probe their secret, and you're apt to hear about a life lived not for self but for others. Despite personal sacrifices, dig deeper to learn about the strong faith that has seen them through difficulties and hardships, griefs and losses. You'll discover that happy, satisfied people are always engaged in pursuits higher than temporary pleasure and invested in quests beyond private gain. So much for doing your own thing. Genuine happiness starts with deep and lasting values applied and practiced day by day. It develops as God's Spirit increases your faith and trust in His wisdom, even when times are tough and call for difficult choices. The result is in happiness unattainable by any other means. The happiness of walking together with God. Lord God, I long for the deep and lasting joy that life with you brings. Today I offer you my whole heart, and I promise to seek you." And I hope that was an encouragement to you guys, and I thought it would be perfect to share with this video because, like I was saying, we all walk different paths in different lives, from the smallest things to the largest things, but we can always be on the right path if we're walking with God and letting Him guide us. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Amanda, welcome, and if you've been here for a while, then welcome back. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about homeschooling. And we are a homeschooling family. Our oldest is going into the 11th grade and our youngest into the 7th. We have homeschooled. My 11th grader went to public school for pre-K from August to January, and that was it. We pulled him out of school and he's been at home ever since. In kindergarten, we tried the K-12 public school at home program, and I'm not down in that program in any way. I know that plenty of people have used it and loved it. It just wasn't a fit for our family. Part of the reason we had tried that was, one, I was really nervous. I actually went to school to be a teacher. So I had college. I didn't complete the program, but I had been through, and I had job shadowed in Head Start, daycare facilities where they taught, things like that. So, but it made me nervous, to be the one responsible. It was, every bit of it was on my shoulders. So I kind of I felt like that was a good fit because it was kind of getting our feet wet, mine and his. But also, at that time, I was really stuck in this whole, and I'm sure I'm not alone, but he needs to be learning what they're learning in public school, when they're learning it, that kind of thing. And it took me a little bit to move past that. Like, that's why we're homeschooling. I'm not trying to set them in a desk and just paperwork. That's not, that wasn't what I wanted when we started homeschooling. So we done that for kindergarten, and then in first we just went on our own and have been ever since. I've spent a lot of time researching things, and it's hard. First off, I want to say there's plenty of different homeschooling families. Everybody, not one family is the same, period. But I wanted to share with y'all because we are a low one income family. We're low income. We're one income. And I've had some people say, well, how do you afford to homeschool? Because I've been there, I've looked at the websites, I've looked at the catalogs, all these programs, and that's great. Like I said, no, I'm not down on anybody. If you can afford that and that works for your family, perfect. A lot of the studying that I did and researching, though, it's not a each kid is different, so homeschooling is not a one size fits all. So what works for my older son may be completely different than what my younger son needs. And I just, to be completely honest, I looked at those all-in-one kits, and oh yeah, I loved them. And I would watch YouTube videos after YouTube videos of people sharing their curriculum unboxing and stuff. It was great, but it wasn't on budget for our family. We could not do that. So what I wanted to share with you guys is some tips that I have for homeschooling on a budget as a low income family or a one income family. I've spent a lot of time in prayer because not every day has been perfect. There are hard days, there are hard weeks, and sometimes we get onto a subject that it's not their favorite, and that's kind of the last thing they want to do, but we work through it and figure it out. But I thought that I would just kind of share and maybe encourage someone that's maybe thinking about it and thinking, well, it's not feasible for us, because there are plenty of resources, honestly free resources too. That's where I got a lot of our homeschooling stuff. So my first tip is definitely the public library. Our library has also not only the books, plenty of books. They've got games in the library, all kinds of things. But I will insert a clip that I took. We actually went to the library yesterday, and I'll insert a clip. They've got one whole shelf that's nothing but teaching resources. So it's like teaching manuals, workbooks, backpacks with games in it, all sorts of things. And it ranges, there's a lot more for the younger grades than the older grades, but it goes all the way through. And I found some wonderful materials just from the library. So that's my first tip. Definitely check out your library. Second tip, especially when my boys were younger, Dollar Tree. The workbooks, the flashcards, the word cards I still have. I've even got the like alphabet magnets, things like that. So we worked with those on the refrigerator and stuff. Anything like that, manipulatives, however you say it, the little things for them to play with and learn on. Third is marketplace, homeschool groups. I have bought some used homeschool items from Facebook, and I've got really good deals, and it's been a blessing. So always, never count those out. Always, just like eBay, Amazon, you can find stuff used. I actually got some of their school stuff this year offline, off eBay, ordered it. And also definitely online. So we've always had, like they do, type in online, and there's a lot of free. To be honest with you, I don't pay for any subscriptions. It's just that's not in the budget. That's not something we do. But there are plenty of resources on the computer that you can utilize for homeschool. And that's like pre-K up to even the higher grades. So even YouTube. My son has done history lessons and science lessons using YouTube videos. Even math. If there's something that he's struggling in, and I'm, frustrated and at a loss, because let's face it, it's been a long time since I've been in 11th grade. So we'll pull it up on YouTube, and it works. It's free. So another thing is, let's see, I've got my list here. Thrift stores, Goodwill, yard sales, all those things. Wonderful options. And also hand-me-downs. I actually was blessed to not only does my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, she homeschooled all three of her kids. Her youngest is 18. So I've gotten things from her, and also a cousin of mine who had 3 kids. And her youngest is months older than my oldest. So it's been beneficial. So that has been a blessing. And also, another thing that I like to do is the hands-on experience. So outside doing things, going to the grocery store, and asking them questions. Well, this is on sale for, 30%. What does that? Just schooling it every day, day to day. So hands-on, you cannot beat that. Plus, they're getting life experience at the same time. And it's nice to, one of the main things you have to remember is you don't compare yourself to anyone else, any other family. Each family is different. Each child is different. Their needs are different. They learn different. I've got 2 boys, but they learn completely different. And that's okay. And that's one of the benefits to homeschooling. So if they've clicked and they're getting it and they're zooming by it, then we can move on. If it's like, I'm struggling, then we can back up. They're not on this state issued, this is the start, this is the finish, this is what we include. So we get to, that's one of the greatest things. And then to see the light come on, like if there's something they're struggling with and we finally have that breakthrough, it's a blessing. And I love to see that. And I completely understand. By no means am I saying homeschool is best. That is not what I'm saying at all. Like I've said on repeat, each family is different, and that's okay. I'm not judging anyone. I went to public school. My husband went to public school. Not judging anyone. I've got nieces, nephews, cousins that have been in public school, and it's fine. They've excelled and done wonderful. But this is what was right for our family. This is where God led us to. And that's what's important. So do not compare yourself to any even if it's not a homeschooling family. Don't. I spent so much time, I believe that's part of the reason why I put him in public school in pre-K, is because so many people were saying, oh, he needs it. He needs this interaction. He needs this. He needs that. He was getting interaction with other kids and other people through church and get-togethers and things like that. So he really wasn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is, your family, your children, you pray and you do what you feel is right. You do what you think you should do. But it is an option. Homeschool is an option regardless of if you're one income, low income. There are plenty of resources out there available. So I just wanted to kind of talk to y'all about that. And it's just something that's been on my mind, especially since school's starting back, that it can be done. And it can still be a wonderful experience. So, yeah, I hope that you were encouraged by the video. I thank you so much for watching. I know it's not my typical, but like I said, I've just been feeling the need to share this. So maybe it was, I know I've watched videos before that have been exactly what I needed when I needed them. And, to be encouraged. So, I appreciate y'all being here. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having a great day. And Lord willing, we will see y'all on the next one. Be blessed.